Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex coming back in today with a brand new video, and as always, down title below be the episode we're actually going to be talking about today, which is Black Clover episode 22, and I made sure to write that down this time. So, we actually do get our antagonist's name. We actually get some information through the, cartoonish-esque sequence of the show, which is the very end when they do that little sequence they always do, but, that's besides the point. Now, Rades is the antagonist, and I think I understand his character now. I think I understand what he's going through. He talks about not liking his magic as a sin. He's talked about, before he even, whenever he's sitting outside the kingdom, just looking at it from afar, he's saying something about how he was betrayed or looked down upon or whatever it may have been. And I think that was all just because of his magic. I think his magic was looked at as evil, looked at, as something that was just despicable and could not be accepted, and he just said, hey, no, you're not part of no knights. Your magic isn't even worth being magic. Your magic is evil, it's corrupt, and it's nothing more than that. And of course, you can't control your magic. Your magic is your magic. Whether you use it in a just way and or a not a just way is always going to be the thing that kind of makes it right or wrong. Hell, if I was controlling the dead, I would feel wrong. If I used it for the right cause, maybe I wouldn't feel as bad, sure. But at the same time, it would be kind of uneasy. It'd give me that uneasy feeling, you know what I mean? It would be looked frowned upon. I understand that from people's perspective too, but if that is indeed the case, I don't think that's the right way to go about things at all. But our main antagonist, Rades, for this arc also does know about Asta, and it does make you wonder how he is able to actually find out and or discover who Asta is and about his anti-magic. It shows that his name is getting out there. People are recognizing him. But who did he get that information from? Was it from the Diamond Kingdom? Is that who he's working with now? It just makes you wonder. I'm not really sure, who and or what and where or the why, but and or necessarily the how. But we see that Asta's name is getting out there, and that just kind of reiterates what I've been saying. This is going to be the point where Asta's name gets out there. This is where he's going to make that next stride. And I gotta say, I love the Vermilion family, their relatives, their cousins, like Leo and whatnot, and his captain. Awesome. Had a great line, said, nothing's wrong with being weak, but staying weak is another thing. And that's, that goes with anything. Being bad at something is one thing, but staying bad at something it could possibly be under your control. It depends what it is. And, I'm a big Optic Gaming fan, actually, for video games, and there had a discussion in one of Hector's vlogs, or Hex, Optic Hex, the owner of Optic Gaming, and he said, is it possible for someone to, become necessarily great at something if they just don't have the talent necessarily that someone else has? And I think, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, but if talent never works hard to begin with, then I think that hard work will eventually beat that talent. But if talent works hard and they are talented, then of course someone that is not necessarily talented will ever catch them per se. They'll just never be able to reach those heights because one person has a natural gift and they work as hard as that person. And I just like how that all kind of, correlates into this. It just made me think about that a lot, and I'd love to know your guys' thoughts about that. So other than that, we did get to see some more magic. Of course, we got the fire, and I have my list right here. We got to see fire, of course. We always got to see when we already got to see water, but I'm not sure if we've seen earth up until this point. We saw that one girl used it, the black girl and a really tan girl. I'm not really sure exactly what her name is. I can't remember. The one that always calls that one girl Big Sis, and she says not to. So we also got to see, of course, we got to see plant magic, and I just said earth, water, wind, but we also got to see sand and glass magic outside of fire also. So sand and glass magic, we didn't get to see much of the sand and or glass magic. We got to see some of the sand magic, of course, when we were last episode, the episode before this one, whenever they got the kingdom and also fighting people. So, but the glass thing was pretty cool. I want to know more about that. I want to see more of that because I think that could just be really cool. I wonder how that's, how does glass magic differ from diamond magic? How does glass magic differ from, like steel magic per se, and so on and so forth. Magic that is similar to it, how does it differ, especially from diamond magic that we got to see from what was it, Mars? So we also do get to see Jimmy, Rades, buddy Jimmy, and we got to see number 2. So I'm sure it's probably like an Elite Four kind of thing. His top 4 zombies actually have their own magical power, yada yada. We got to see one had lightning, one had I don't even know what that was, like the touch of death, basically, kind of magic-esque kind of thing going on there. I'm sure he probably has a number 3, and I'm sure he has 1. If he has a 4 and a 2, I'm sure there's a 3, and I'm most definitely sure there's a 1. So I can see this easily being at least another 2 episodes. That's something that I am excited about. I'm happy that, went from one arc and jumped right into the next arc. That reminded me of Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail was a show that was great at not doing filler, and and that's what happens when you have, someone like Hiro Mashima working really diligently with an anime studio. That's why I love Fairy Tail. Just jumped right into the next arc a lot of times. If it had filler, it was like 2-3 episodes. And Fairy Tail's filler was always just amusing. It's always entertaining because there's so many characters. A character that you may like, character you may want to see more on the screen. You always got to see them because they're starting to fill in stuff. But other than that, guys, sure leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter X25. See you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.